And it brings me to a little bit of a tangent I would like to go on, and it's about adult things in anime, sex dynamics in anime. Because from a Western viewpoint, it may at first seem strange, which is okay. But I hope once folks understand the way the dynamic works and how the different roles work, at least between male and female characters in anime, it will not get in the way of enjoying this amazing entertainment. Because I think it's easy for Western sensibilities, especially modern ones, to look at a pervy character like Daru, who's always talking about cat cafes and girls.
Right. Can you say that again in a whisper?
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to miss out because of their prudish ways. Anyway, let's talk about how it works more often than not. And before anyone burns up the comments section, yes, there are always exceptions, right? Exceptions to every rule. I am especially looking at you, redo of healer. So there are exceptions, but more often than not, the boys, especially in shonen, which are made for a teenage boy audience and often popular here in the West, the male characters frequently speak in a pervy way. And that's because they are acting out and speaking the way a typical 15-year-old boy thinks. Because that's who these shows are made to appeal to. And as a reminder, there are anime created to appeal to anyone. It just so happens a lot of shonen are popular here. Merv, you talked about how in entertainment for young people, you want the protagonist to be a couple of years older than your target audience. So speaking to that age group, right? And that this is just an example of that. However, the boys in anime, they blush and they freak out. And frequently you will even witness exploding nosebleeds whenever there's an actual potential intimate encounter with a girl. Whenever a character shows interest, pursues, or even responds to the boy in a romantic way, they shy away basically, or run away, with minds blown and noses bleeding.
Okay, we haven't watched one of those yet, but
you'll see it soon enough, I'm sure.
I believe you.
And it's balanced in that way where the boys say pervy things and demonstrate pervy thoughts. However, the agency is almost always with the girls. The decision whether or not something intimate actually happens. And interestingly, and often, even in the rated mature anime, nothing happens. It does not happen. The boys will say things and the girls will do things because ultimately they're in control, but then nothing comes of it. Again, there's always exceptions, but I'm saying more often than not. And to me, that balances out nicely. An example of this would be Daru saying, "Could you say that in a whisper?" Then the girl character actually whispers it, and his mind is blown, his nose explodes, and he takes off running down the street screaming, end scene. I know that was a big tangent that I just went on, but hopefully, I think it's important, and hopefully if anyone, especially if you're new to anime, is thrown off by kind of the dynamics here, at least you have some context and you can understand how it works most of the time. So you can get over it, you can get over yourself, and literally just enjoy the anime.